Welcome back to the Duck Call Room, ladies and gentlemen. Look, we know that it's been a trying time for everybody here in the Duck Call Room. And tonight we have an episode for you guys that was pre-recorded. So we wanted to let you know that we didn't just move on from Phil.
And by the way, the comments and the emails from Tuesday's episode, because this will be Thursday, unbelievable. Thank you so much for everything y'all are saying to all of us.
Yeah, thanks all so much for the support. I know we all feel it, the support, the love, the prayers, the well wishes, all the things. We appreciate you guys, but wanted to hop on before we get started on this episode and let you know this is just part of the business. It was pre-recorded. It's got to drop tonight. So hope you guys enjoy this episode of the. It is great. It's great because we're talking about something big coming. The revival, baby. Duck Dynasty, the revival. We're going to sit down and talk with Korie about everything that's been going on in the show, but hope you guys enjoy, and we'll see y'all right now, because here we come. Welcome back to the Duck Call Room, ladies and gentlemen. We are here with the three that you know, and we have a very special guest. Miss Korie's back. Boss Lady's back.
Hey,
Dramatic pause.
Well, the three that you expect, and then the fourth chair is always a fun revolving door, but Korie is back.
You said three that you know. I was like, no, I'm pretty old.
Well, everybody knows. But I'm talking about that you expect.
I like the drama, though. I appreciate the drama in that part.
She's a big deal, man.
Pretty big deal.
Like, we got the boss lady
I'm not
in
saying
here.
that. I'm just saying the drama was fun and
She's
delicious.
Well,
She's
actually-
you don't have to say it. We say it. The boss is here.
Yeah, the boss is here, man. The boss.
She's
is
such a big deal.
That's always a big deal.
She's just Korie Robertson on Instagram anymore. Now she's
Yeah.
no longer the boss hog's wife. Everybody,
Yeah,
she is Korie.Robertson.
That's it. Yes. That was kind of a big deal, actually.
It made me uncomfortable.
Did it?
I'm just kidding. Didn't make me uncomfortable, but
Well, here's the thing. I had set up Boss Hog's wife in 2012.
I was about to
Mhm.
guess 13, but yeah.
2012. That was the early days of Instagram when everyone was doing these little like quirky, kind of like punny names.
Yep.
And I was like, I need something interesting like all the cool people have. And so I went with Boss Hog's wife. And then I just never changed it. And interestingly, our kids, when they were like teenagers, I thought about changing it. And they were like, no, Mom, leave it. So out of deference to our kid, deference? Is that how you say that? To our kids, I kept Boss Hog's wife for a long time. And so then finally I was just like, with the new show coming out and all that, I feel like it's just time, even though I'm still Boss Hog's wife, obviously. I'm still happily married to the Boss Hog himself.
Because that's what the internet would do with it, right? Oh, she changed her name. They must be struggling.
Exactly.
Yeah, they must.
Trouble in paradise.
Are they in
Yes.
counseling?
Oh.
Did she finally get tired of his big hairy butt?
Let me just be very clear. I'm still very happily married to Willie Robertson.
How do you know his butt's hairy?
I've
just-
seen it.
I was about to say, because I can confirm.
I'm not commenting on that at
You probably have
all.
seen it as well.
I'm just going to move on from that. I'm not
All
gonna
four of us
comment.
have seen Willie's butt in this room for sure.
Oh,
Scott
yeah.
probably
No
changed
doubt.
his diaper. Scott probably changed his diaper.
Yeah. So I may have seen it hairless, though. That may be the only difference.
All right, didn't know we were going there. Sorry. Welcome back to the Duck Call Room.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
So we're happily married still. But, there's a time and a place for everything. And it just felt like today's Instagram, social media world, it just should be my actual name.
Yeah.
So
I like
I
it.
made the change.
Korie.Robertson.
There you go.
It's a good one.
Very simple.
There
easy
is
to
another
find.
Korie Robertson spelled exactly like my name that we found like years ago. And which is odd because my spelling of my name is different
Yeah.
and unique.
And it's not even your name.
Well, that's true. That is true. It is a nickname.
Well, how did you spell it then?
Wait, that isn't your name at all. I feel like I know that, but I was like,
Yeah.
because she's
Not.
Leslie Court.
Hey, don't say the real one.
That's
I'm
right.
not giving out her.
Secret.
Now you're just.
While I do have her social
Why don't you
security
just
number still memorized,
Yeah, I
I'm
was
not
gonna say-
giving that out.
Why don't you just give my social security number while you're
Yeah.
at it?
I got it. You want your
And-
credit card number? I still got that one too.
And the old MX number. No.
Korie is a nickname from the name Corin.
Yeah.
My name is actually Corin, named after my grandmother, who was Corrine. And then it kind of evolved into Corin, and then evolved into Korie. And so I've always called my Korie, but
And-
it's a different spelling. And there is another actual Korie Robertson spelled exactly like me. which
And
is
now most
odd.
people just call you KK.
True. Yeah. The grandkids are switching it over to KK.
Just KK.
But you know, Zane calls me K Mama, and now some of the older grandkids are starting to say K Mama too. So I'm kind of like,
Oh, and
it's still in flux.
Yeah, because
It's all over the
your
place.
mother's two mama,
To
right?
Mama.
yeah.
Yep.
So now we got.
I met
K-Mama.
somebody the other day with somewhere, and they've had two mama and two dad.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. We're
Yeah, and
two
I
mama
said,
and two
well, that's
papa.
okay.
Mm-hmm.
Man, what a lot! I didn't know we were going to start there, but that is an interesting one. The change of the Instagram world.
That's big news.
It is. No, I liked it, and
She's much
I read
easier
the
to
whole
find
post
now.
about it actually. So I was like,
K-O-R-I-E.
very interesting.
Yeah.
I mean,
I just realized because I've always had an older cousin named Korie.
Mm-hmm.
How else would you spell it?
What do you mean?
I thought hers was the normal way to. She's like, that's the weird way to spell it. That's not the normal way to spell Korie.
But a lot of
Ah.
people spell it with a C.
Corey is what I would say is the
Yeah.
most common, or
Really?
just
Yeah.
Cory. I don't.
C-O-R-Y?
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
I'm
that's
just
what
in
I
my own
would say.
little
The
bubble
most
here.
common way of
That's
spelling
weird.
Corey would start with a C.
Well, Korie,
Maybe not.
And Korie is definitely could go either way, like
Mhm.
male, female. I know a lot of male Kories.
Yep.
Could go either way.
Yeah. So
Huh.
it's interesting. I like it.
Thought of
though.
that.
I like the. But we've got you on here because something's happening in a few days that maybe I'm sure the listeners here know about, but the revival starts in
The
just a few days
Dynasty,
from
the
now.
revival.
So we wanted to just chat about all things revival, chat
Yeah.
about season 1, kind of preparations, because we can start to tear back the wall on it a little bit. We're not going to spoil anything for the fans, obviously, because we want y'all to see it, and some of the stuff we still haven't seen. So, yeah, I don't
Oh,
know.
now I've got a question.
Oh, we'll go ahead,
Okay.
Big Daddy.
Okay, what's your prediction on is the fans gonna like it or thumbs down or whatever?
Well, I hope it's not thumbs down. I hope the fans like it.
What? Even if you think that,
Well, no,
why?
no,
Because
that's-
we're trying to get people to watch
Hey,
it.
no, but that's my.
I think
you know,
they'll
that's
hate it.
why I said
Well-
what's your real true opinion though?
Of-
How are they gonna take it?
Of course, there's always that fear because you're just like, we've been working on something for so long.
Yeah.
Everyone's putting their heart and soul into this for months and months and months. And then, of course, the hope is that everyone's going to love it. And, but there's always that little inkling of like, what if they don't? You know, what if you're putting yourself out there in a way that's very different? And so, anyway, I mean, I think people are going to love it. I think it's really fun. We've had a great time shooting it. And June 1st, 8:00.
Oh, okay, that's when it actually
A&E.
first
June
saw
1st.
is.
I have a question for
Yes.
Si. Are you going to watch this one or?
Of course he will.
No.
'cause- No, he
No.
will because we'll have a premiere party.
We're
So
gonna
Well,
have
hey,
a-
he'll
that-
see the first one.
Well, that I'll see it.
Yeah, he'll
You'll
see the first one.
But here's my partake on it.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
If that's the right term.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll go
Okay, I
with that.
think they'll love it.
You
Okay.
do?
Thank you.
Because of all, okay, because everybody in Willie's family, okay, the kids, it's all of his kids.
Yeah.
Well, hey, we got a lot of talent, okay. I don't know if you would call it that, but I mean just the what's the word I'm looking for? The variety.
Diversity,
Yes.
if you will.
Yeah, the diversity of all of them.
variety. That's
Yeah.
true.
Okay.
That's
Because I learned a lot filming it, okay, and some of it is really hilarious. And I when I get tickled, it's funny.
Up until a couple
I
of weeks
have-
ago, he
Yeah.
didn't know Bobby's adoption story. Ain't that something?
Yeah,
Really?
no,
You watch it?
yeah.
Oh, cool.
I don't know what I was thinking. I remember when y'all said we're getting a baby, but it didn't hit me. I said, good grief! When you told the story, I said I was in shock. I said because I didn't even think that way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, sometimes whenever you just live it, you don't think to tell the story. We've done that before where like our kids have listened to us tell a speech and they're like, we didn't even know that. And we're like, how did you not know that?
You were there.
But it's like, yeah, when you're living
No,
it, you're
sometimes
not
I say
thinking of
something
it.
and they said, what?
Which
When was you that? And I said, hey.
that's the reason you're going to have to watch this season because you'll learn stuff too.
Well,
and you'll
no,
laugh
because
along.
I did it with all the kids.
Yes.
Okay, because when Bobby was on the podcast and told me about all the stuff,
Uh-huh.
and I said, that is so cool.
That's great. That's awesome.
Okay, I said it really is that you got to know your biological family.
Yeah.
You know, I said
Yeah.
you got to know the granddad, and I said,
Amazing.
yeah.
It
I
is
said, man, that's
amazing.
fantastic.
It is. It's amazing.
Okay, and then had a brother and didn't know it. He was a friend of his. Okay, boy, his best friend, and didn't know. And if I come to find out, hey, he's my brother.
That's the kind of story that, like, if you wrote it in like a movie, you would be like, oh, that was fake, but it's real life.
No.
Like, you can't write that any better than what happened because
God right now, just thinking about it when he was telling it.
God writes the best stories.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Because that was so cool that he grew up with a kid and then come to find out, hey, he's my biological brother.
It's
and then he got to meet his biological grandfather. Okay. And they've got a real good, his mom and the family has got a good relationship with him.
It's an answer to so many prayers.
That's so amazing when you think about it. It just goes to show you how little this world really is when it gets right down to it.
That's so true.
But I mean, I was just amazed by just when he told it.
Yeah. I'm amazed by the story.
And you were there.
What was the Bobby said, yeah, I'm the black sheep of the family, literally.
Yeah.
And I said, yeah, okay.
Hey, don't be taking a man's material.
No.
Well, I'm just saying,
He's a professional at that.
Well, we told him we can't say that. He said, well, I can. So it was really just an honor to listen to his story on the podcast. It really was.
What about Cherry, Si?
Oh, they had some good-looking ones on that while ago.
Si, you know what Si's talking about? He's talking about fastgrowingtrees.com because whenever we do these ads, sometimes I'm over here on this computer scrolling through, and we like to find out what can grow in Zone 8. Like a Carolina raspberry bush looks pretty good.
Ooh.
That look good to you, Si?
It does.
What about a white pineberry strawberry?
Hey, that looks good, too.
Look.
How about them big old fat persimmons on the left there?
Well, I got bad news. Growing zones 9 and 11.
Oh, gotta go south.
9 and 11.
Gotta go south to grow those. But because of Fast Growing Trees' great website.
You know that.
I know that.
You wouldn't waste your money on it.
Wouldn't waste my money. I know it's going to work here. Fast Growing Trees is the biggest online nursery in the U.S. with thousands of different plants and over 2 million happy customers. What are you doing?
What's that right there?
That's a dragon fruit cactus plant.
A dragon fruit cactus plant.
Look, Fast Growing Trees offers a wide variety of plants, as you've heard some of the ones I've said, including fruit trees, privacy trees, flowering trees, to shrubs, all tailored to your climate and space with an easy online ordering process and quick delivery straight to your door. Plus, with their Alive and Thrive guarantee and expert support, your plants will arrive healthy and you'll receive guidance on choosing the right plants and learn how to properly care for them. I'm telling you, you will find some unique things that you're not going to find by driving around all day looking at different places. They got it all right there for you, and they'll turn your black thumb into a green thumb. So if that's what you want happening this summer, they got the best deals for your yard, up to half off on select plants and other deals. And listeners to our show get 15% off their first purchase when using the code DUCK at checkout. That's an additional 15% off at fastgrowingtrees.com using the code DUCK at checkout. Fastgrowingtrees.com, code DUCK. Now's the perfect time to plant. Use DUCK to save today. Offer is valid for a limited time. Terms and conditions may apply.
There's a lot more stories to tell.
Yeah.
So that's what I feel like doing Duck Dynasty. When it was over, I didn't think we would do Duck Dynasty again because I was like, we did it. It was great. It's done. But then,
because
8
if
years
you do
go
a
by,
follow-up, it's kind of just, that's just,
well,
it's the same.
Our TV's not working, but I do have this photo of what your family looked like when Duck Dynasty first happened.
No, that's the main thing, okay, is your kids literally grew up in the Duck Dynasty.
Yes.
So when Duck Dynasty season 1 premiered, March 21st, 2012, I did that without looking. Just trivia. If I ever go on Jeopardy and Duck Dynasty shows up, I'm winning. Anyways, you had 4 children.
Yeah.
How many people are at family dinner now at your house?
4?
Well, I had 5.
Oh, 5. Rebecca was
part of the family, but she was away at college. Actually, interestingly,
yeah, she wasn't here.
I read this. I didn't even know this. She does not show up on Duck Dynasty till season 5.
Yeah,
I didn't
she
even
was in
realize
Baton Rouge living her best life down at LSU.
She was at LSU. Then she went to LA. And so when she kind of comes on the scene, Duck Dynasty world, was season 5, which I didn't even realize that.
Season 5, I don't know if y'all know this. It started with 2 bangers, according to me and Rebecca.
Well,
Oh.
you were season 5 too?
Yeah,
when you came
season
on?
5.
That premiere night was those two. Yeah.
That was
Season
the
5
big
was
one.
me and Rebecca, class of
Really?
2007.
Yeah.
That's funny. I didn't realize
My
that.
foreign exchange cousins.
So
I call them.
I think I didn't really necessarily think we would do it again, but 8 years later, it's like so much has changed. So much has grown. We
What's the
have, like,
number?
I can't even tell you.
Oh,
I'm
wow.
like
We'd have to stop and do the math.
12
Well,
plus
no, because
8,
I
like
fixed
20.
that. Hey, I know this.
20 of us around the
There
table.
was 6.
I
So now
fixed
there's
that.
20.
Yeah, it's a crew.
Yeah, it's a crew.
You know, when the
Well,
family gets together now,
I'll
it
tell
is
you
a
this,
crew.
when
Well,
we
they
go on
got the-
family vacation, we have to rent like 4 cars. So that'll tell you how big it is now. or a bus.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
There's
And
Yeah.
not to mention, there's
how
another
many
one
kids John Luke
coming.
got?
Well,
John
I
Luke's
fixed
got
say,
5.
I fixed say, John Luke's got 3.
We have
5,
Well, John Luke's a 5-pack. Rebecca's a 5-pack.
10,
Sadie's a 4.5-pack.
14 and a half,
Willie and I.
Willie and Korie, they're
16 and a half,
Row Dog,
17 and a half,
Bobby Abby,
19 and a half,
Bella Jacob, and their dogs.
21 and a half. We're at 21 and a half people
Yes.
in the current
Yeah.
Willie Korie
Around our
family.
dinner table. Yes. So there's a lot that has happened in these 8 years. I mean, we were on a clip of about 2 grandkids a year
Yeah.
and 1 like marriage, 1 wedding, 2 grandkids every year. So yeah, we've grown a little bit. There's a lot more stories to tell is what we're saying here. So there's a lot more to see on Duck Dynasty, the revival, for sure.
Yeah, 100%.
sure.
And
No,
like,
it's,
all the
That's
people
crazy.
are new.
And,
so
and
to
y'all are
speak.
all a part of it.
we are.
Actually,
Yeah.
I think we could tell this, spoiler, but Duck Call Room podcast
Yeah.
is really a part of the show.
We might
Yeah.
show up from time to
Yeah.
time.
Y'all
yeah,
y'all
we
are
take
all-
this we take the place of the vintage duck call room. Of course, we are in the duck
We
call
are
room
in the
that
Duck Call Room.
that everybody knows
and
from
and
Duck
it's
Dynasty.
still
so.
functioning pretty good.
You could still make duck calls in here, but now it's just a studio. So
Yeah.
the other one's right down the street from us. But yeah, no, it's been fun. I don't know, working with everybody again, right? Because
has
like
been
we went
fun.
through so many years where it was just
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
we were back in the office and people were gone and away, but now everybody's kind of centralized again. So it's been
Yeah.
fun. Who has
Yeah.
surprised you the most? I'm just curious. Out of the
Well-
talent, I mean, because we all know, right? Like Sadie, rock star, right? I mean, she's as talented as they come,
Yeah.
right? So like, we already knew that though, so that's
Yeah.
why I'm like,
I'll fix that because there ain't nothing.
I'm
that
just
woman-
gonna say
that
that-
woman can't do.
Yeah.
Okay,
Well,
Just-
that-
But I do
Period.
remember a certain karate kid with the stink eye on Duck Dynasty 1 that I'm looking forward to seeing more of that. Bella, look, she gave the camera.
Bella always surprises us. You know, like she came in and just rocked the store management and what she's doing. Now she's doing this television show and she's rocking it in this. John Luke is hilarious. Will is great. You know, he has an incredible voice. He has a very special moment coming up in one of the episodes that y'all are going to see. Everybody, but I'll tell you, this is funny. We were just talking about this. Christian, Sadie's husband, Christian.
He has come a long way.
He's come a long way, and
Yeah.
he is hilarious on the show. He's having fun with it, and we filmed a scene the other day. Well, we did something the other day that the cameras were following us on, and Christian had to dress up in costume. And let me just say, no one had more fun than Christian Huff in that costume. He loved it. He did slow motion reels. He lived it up. So that's been fun to see. And all of everybody's just been great. And of course, Rebecca is, you know, her funny, quirky self. And you know what else? Okay.
It's weird.
it's like weird.
It's weird. It's weird.
Here's the thing, too. The grandkids, we did not think the kids were going to be, you know, I mean, they're kids. Who knows what they'll do? And they are awesome. They are in a lot of the episodes. They're a big part of it. And also, you get to see like real life moments of what happens. In
One of the
life.
best parts of this doing this,
Uh-huh.
okay, was the expressions on all the little ones' face during some of this
Uh-huh.
stuff.
You didn't tell him about Nam again, did you?
Oh no, no.
Yeah.
But
Put that one down.
what
the
is John
editing.
Luke's daughter's name?
Ella.
Ella.
Uh-huh.
Ella. I love watching
Ella.
Ella because
Ella.
you talking about some expressions.
You can tell there's something going
Oh
on.
no,
behind those
yeah.
eyes
she-
on
you
Ella.
Can,
She's-
everybody's talking and she ain't even involved. But something is said, and you'll see a light bulb click on Ella's face,
Yep.
and she's
Yeah.
going,
Yeah, she got a little mischievous.
"What? No.
She's
Because
a child of
that's when I
mischief.
seen the look. I said, she's up to something. You're going to have
yeah.
to watch that child.
Yeah, because her and my
Yeah.
boys were in the petting zoo at camp this weekend at the
Uh-huh.
Sportsman's Day deal that we had, and man, I felt bad for them ducks in there, man. They was all trying to,
That's
they was all trying to
hilarious.
put them in a daggum chokehold over here, like yeah, just headlock them. I mean, all they're wanting to do is hold them, and they're watching everybody else do it, but.
Yeah.
Everybody else can pick them up like this, but they're 2, 3, 4 years old, so they just got to grab whatever they
Yeah.
can grab, man.
Yeah.
I'm like, hey, let that thing go, like leave that poor duck alone, man. Like, but it is.
Funny.
You
Well,
can see her cut them
Si-
eyes and make a plan.
Si's been really funny. I think the fans are gonna love seeing Si with the grandkids.
Oh,
'Cause
man.
Well, I've actually,
you're always good with kids.
I'm learning so much because John Luke has got the patience of Job.
True.
You know,
Yes.
and then
Yes.
like Christian has come a long way because
Mhm.
I had to get on to him in a scene. Okay. And that's part of it, me getting on everybody,
Yeah,
okay?
yeah,
But anyway, I got on him, and just from the look,
Mhm.
when we stopped filming, I said, Christian, I said, look, I love you. I love you. I said, this is just for TV. So I said,
That's
don't even pay no
hilarious.
attention to what I say about you, okay? Because I actually like you.
That is
No,
so funny.
no,
Yeah,
but-
we always have to have that conversation. It's like, look, before we started Duck Dynasty, it's that conversation like, look, this is all in good fun. Nobody,
Yeah,
nobody,
don't wear your heart on a sleeve.
That's
If
right.
we're gonna do
Nobody
this.
gets
You'll be
sensitive
toast.
here.
That's
Yeah.
one of the main things that I've always told the fans. I said, hey, look, I said, we lived with each other for the whole time of Duck Dynasty.
Mhm.
And I said, that's a badge of honor
Mhm.
that we still actually love each other
That's
and
right.
after spending
Yeah.
all this time together.
Yeah.
I said, because I actually feel sorry for Korie and Willie and Phil and Kay. I said, they woke up with cameras in their face and went to bed with cameras in their face.
Yeah, we just got to show up.
Yeah, we just showed up.
They
I
stayed
said,
out of
hey,
our house.
they had the crew living with them all the time with a camera on them.
Yeah.
And I
Yeah, we
said,
came
you,
to your
you
house
don't
one time,
understand it
Martin.
till you do it.
My mom's house.
Yeah,
Yeah,
come to
sure
your,
did.
Mustard
your mom's
packets.
house.
Mustard
Uh-huh.
packs and
Yeah.
socks. And,
Yeah.
We
But-
get an email about
Well-
once a day still. Martin, you still got all the mustard packets?
Dude,
Well,
that's funny.
I mean, I
You-
keep them, but
you never live it down. Whatever happened on Duck
Oh, yeah.
Dynasty.
Oh, no, because hey,
Which
I,
I'm
It's
totally
you
look.
forever.
If I'm known for mustard packets and socks, okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Like I still love socks. I
Well,
still
well,
have a
See,
bunch.
but I got hung with flip flops.
well flip flops.
Which really isn't my thing. I just wore them on the wrong day. And everybody, people meet me like nowadays, they'll walk in the honey hole, where's your flip flops at, sloppy boy? And I'm like, okay, well.
yeah, no, because there's
Hey.
always two things that I always remember. The lady at church, when we done trick or treat at church,
Uh-huh.
I'm sitting with her, and I don't remember her name. I'm terrible at that. And we're talking. She said, "Oh, honey," she said, "you're in total denial." It was when I went to get glasses.
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
She
Yeah,
said,
yeah.
"You blind as the bull bad, baby."
Ah.
She said, "I saw it on television."
That's
she said,
funny.
"You're in full denial."
You want to know what one of my favorite TLC songs was?
No scrubs.
Bills, Bills, Bills.
Oh
Isn't that a
no, that's Destiny's Child, man.
It's
Get it
hard to
right.
Keep up.
Look, come on, man. That's embarrassing. Look, but I do get what you're talking about because look, life happens. Everything's going great, and then all of a sudden, you're on top of bills. Inflation hits, groceries, gas, everything gets out of whack.
Even fishing bait's going up, Martin.
Yeah, and everything is up an average of 26% over last year. So it's not your fault if debt has happened. But don't worry, we've got a smarter, faster, far easier way out of debt. It's called Done with Debt, and they're not like other debt relief companies. They don't push loans or bankruptcy on you. Done with Debt are legendary negotiators who go head to head with your credit card and loan companies, and they have just one goal.
One goal.
One goal, and that's to drastically reduce or eliminate your debt altogether. And unlike those others, Done with Debt moves lightning fast. Most clients see more money in their pocket in just 1 month. If you want to take advantage of it, you got to hurry because some of the brilliant debt erasing strategies are time sensitive. Life has happened to everybody. At some
Everybody.
point, right? Like you get strapped for cash. You end up taking out that credit card that to get one thing, and next thing you know, it snowballs because you miss a payment, and boom, you're chasing your tail on a lot of those things. And that's where Done With Debt can help you out. It's just one of those things. Like, it's America. Life happens. Debt happens. Get out of it today. Let them help you. Don't make another bill payment until you talk to a Done With Debt strategist. It's free. Visit donewithdebt.com. That's donewithdebt.com.
Well, you know what else? People like get mad at Willie because they think he's mean to you. They will be like defending you and being like, Willie should not treat his uncle that way.
No, because
Yeah,
I
like-
always tell them, I said, look, hey, Duck Dynasty, the deal, I said, they portrayed Willie as a mean old CEO of Duck Commander. I said, that's so far from the truth, it's not even funny. I said, Willie is the biggest clown we've got in the family. I said, he comes to work in his underwear, and his secretary has to tell him, hey, go put some clothes on, idiot.
That's
Maybe
what I did
pajamas.
for 10 years,
Yeah.
everybody.
But anyway,
Pajamas,
hey,
not his underwear.
Pajamas.
Not-
Hopefully not underwear.
well, his
I mean, I've
pajamas.
seen him in his
His
pajamas,
pajamas.
but
Okay.
that was just
Yeah.
in a moment of weakness.
You talking
I
about
was gonna let
that?
it
We
play.
me and Phillip went to Clay, the dove hunt
Yeah.
down there with Clay,
Uh-huh.
and as soon as I walked up, he said, who is that? And I said, that's my friend. He said, you can't be here. Leave. And I looked and I said, Clay, I said, wait a minute. I said, Phillip's my handler. He said, oh, he ain't your friend. He said, I've watched the show. He's
the
not your
villain.
friend.
Nemesis.
The villain.
Yeah,
Villain, the villain, baby.
And I said, well, Clay, if he leaves, I'm gonna go. Young Clay said, well,
He
I guess
drove
I'll
me.
let him stay.
That's
Yeah.
funny.
Yeah,
He's
but it
my
was
handler,
funny.
my driver. He's everything.
Yeah.
That is funny.
Oh man! But McMillan is kind of a nemesis of sorts.
Oh, yeah.
That boy ain't
Oh,
ever seen
yeah.
a competition. He won't try to take.
Well,
you down.
no,
That's
because
great.
see, that's
So-
one thing. That's one of the things that when he talks about the Robertson, he said we didn't like each other.
Yeah.
Well, it's because all of them are competitive.
The,
Yeah.
the
Okay,
competition
so-
was real.
Yeah, super
Yes.
competitive. If it's anything, well, everybody's gonna get mad
yeah.
because
There's
they don't
a
like.
little bit of
they don't like to
competition
lose.
in this next generation too. I gotta say.
Yeah. I'm fully waiting to see the scrap between Jacob and Christian. 'Cause
Yeah,
they-
it's real.
We all have bets on it.
yeah.
It's real.
One of
It's
them's really
definitely-
competitive, and one of them has a big mouth.
Yeah.
and it's competitive.
Well,
One of them
Actually-
can bench press a truck, and the other one's from Balcomville, so it's going to be a great
I'm
fight.
pretty sure you see some of that in this first episode. Maybe second, but you definitely, maybe the second. You definitely pretty early on recognize that Christian and Jacob are going to be at odds.
yeah, they go
Yeah.
butt heads.
Yeah, they're going to butt heads. Yes. Uh-huh.
And both of them, from what I can see, both of them can handle themselves pretty good.
True.
So it's
They're both actually kind of good at everything.
oh yeah.
So that is part of
yeah,
it,
they're just
but-
good enough at everything to be annoying.
Yeah.
Yeah. That kind of deal.
Mhm.
So.
Well, that's some of the best shots.
Yeah, which I had a blast. I thought that Jacob and Bella did a heck of a job with their storefront that they
Didn't
opened, which
they?
will be covered on the show. But it's all
Yes.
this has not been a secret via social media if you follow
Right.
any of it.
It's bad to
so.
keep your retail store a
Like-
secret. We should tell people. about
Yeah,
yeah. We
yeah. If
can
you
talk
got a
about that.
storefront, you need people going there. But
Yeah.
I actually think you don't see it till later on because I mean we've been filming for months
Yeah.
at this point whenever
A
the
hot
show
minute.
opens. So it'll be
Yeah.
later that you'll see it, later seasons.
But
But-
being part of the Friday night crew or whatever that got the invite to come hang out before it opened, and I think I don't know if something's changed, but I'm pretty sure Brittany so far is their biggest customer.
She did good that night. She shopped well.
Yeah, they put a bunch of like expensive T-shirts up on the wall, thinking, "Well, nobody will want these." Nah, that bottom one came on down.
That's
So
the ones Brittany wanted.
Brittany walked out of there with the most expensive T-shirt he had hanging on the wall. So
Really?
yeah,
Oh.
it is what it is.
That's
but
been fun to see.
oh, it was
like-
fun. I thought that they did a great job with the store, though. Like really coming into their own, because I mean they're
Yeah.
still very young in the
Yeah.
grand scheme of things. So like to
Mhm.
see what they pulled off there, I was like, for a bunch of old stuff, it's actually really cool. Uh,
Yeah, they did a great job.
Yeah,
they did
it
a really
was-
great job. Yeah. And that is kind of the fun part about this new season is like the expansion of what everybody is doing rather than, where before it was just ducks, and it's Faith Family Ducks. but now it's like faith, family, ducks, vintage clothing, coffee,
Yeah.
you know,
Bearded dragon.
podcasts,
Yeah.
all the different things.
Yeah,
everybody's
everything
doing.
everybody's got their fingers in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
it all intertwines right here in this warehouse, which is
I can't wait
pretty
to. You
unique
got
and
me
interesting.
curious about what costume that Chris
Oh,
it's-
Lord.
got into, and then really got into
He was
playing
very
the
into it.
part.
No, it has been a lot of fun though. Back with the revival, it's kind of fun. It's going to be on A&E again.
It is.
Like that it didn't swap places.
Yeah.
But then it'll be available on Hulu sometime after that because cable and streaming they're in this weird battle, and so if you're worried you're not going to be able to see it because it's on A&E, it will be available via Hulu at some point.
A little bit later.
You
I don't know
probably know
when.
about that a little more than I do.
Because it's
Yeah.
going to be fun to see, who becomes the favorite out of the kids.
Yeah. It will be.
Okay.
Remember there was that little like minute where it was like Team Jace, Team Willie. I was like, wait a second, we're all the same team here. We don't need to be picking teams.
Well, that's
And then
good.
Jace had T-shirts made.
Yeah,
Jace made
Jace got
t-shirts. I'm like,
Corey's like, wait a second. And Jace was like, yep.
Yeah. He tried to give me one. I said, He said, "Why, you don't want to be on my team?" I said, "I'm gonna be with the man that signs my check. No offense."
Hey,
But like you work here just like I do.
yeah.
So
It's
no.
nothing against you, but I'm going with the boss.
I
Yeah.
think I have one in my Duck Dynasty future eBay collection.
little collection. Yeah.
I've got a
In case,
collection.
Hey, that
in case
thing-
you ever need to sell a few things. and
I've
make
got a
money.
Duck Dynasty cast and crew T-shirt. I
That
still got
thing's
the
old
Hey, I'm
enough.
retired shirt.
But that thing's old enough now. Jacob may want it.
Oh yeah, I don't even need eBay.
Yeah, you got Jacob, man.
I
If
told
it's
Jacob,
got
I was like,
vintage-
you need to start collecting old Duck Dynasty merch and to have in your store because,
I have a pile.
oh, nice.
Oh yeah, I got something too. Yeah.
Nice.
I never got like of all the T-shirts I ever get rid of. I was like, there's a certain sentimental factor on a bunch of the old Duck Dynasty ones. It's like keeping that.
Yeah, he ain't getting my Zippo though. Because Duck Dynasty did like a licensing deal with
Uh-huh.
Zippo lighters. And
Uh-huh.
I was in a gas station and I saw my face on a Zippo lighter. I was like, yep, buying that.
That's awesome.
Didn't know how else to get it, so I just bought it. And I don't even smoke. But
I
like,
always said like the weirdest things that y'all's faces were on. Like chia. Remember when there was a chia pet that
mhm.
was made
Si-
of?
Oh,
a
we used to
chia?
have one.
Yeah.
Oh, it's right there.
Oh,
We
yeah.
still do.
There was a chia
couldn't-
Willie.
hey. They tried to plant something and that thing wouldn't grow.
Yeah.
There was a chia Willie. Y'all's faces were on toddler underwear. I remember
Toddler-
thinking that
Well,
was
the worst,
We were on grown men underwear too.
Were you?
I had it.
Oh,
Hold on.
yeah. I signed some of them. I was the, what was I? The left butt cheek.
Yeah.
Yeah.
well, the worst one was
I was just
they
glad
put-
I wasn't around front.
they put
Yeah.
my
That's-
face on the what is the loofah,
Loofah.
Loofah.
The loofah was
Loofah.
weird.
like a
Yeah.
sponge type thing. And Amy come up to
Ain't
me.
never
she knocked
seen
me
one.
aside. She said, I got in the shower the other day and I looked over and that stupid thing was there. She said, I just couldn't wash my body with your face.
That's weird.
And I said, well, I couldn't. I don't blame you, darling.
Boy, I did.
Yeah.
I scrub, man.
I might have had a few different ones.
The one I felt guilty about was Kay.
we put K on a loofah.
There was definitely some weird things. We'll see what comes out this time
wow.
around.
My refrigerator magnets are still Willie and Korie. at
Really?
My house, yeah.
Aw.
I don't think that was a thing though. I think I somehow ended up with something that was supposed to
That
go to
somebody
you
sent
and
in?
Billy, and I was like, oh, those are cool.
Yeah.
They've been on my
That's
refrigerator for like
funny.
a decade now.
Send us a picture. That's
I
hilarious.
will.
Yeah, I spent a lot of money during that time. Not a lot of money in the grand scheme of things, but on Duck Dynasty scratch-off lottery tickets. Because like
Oh, yeah,
every
yeah,
state
yeah.
you went to
Yeah.
had some version of Duck Dynasty scratch-off
Uh-huh.
lottery tickets. So if I stopped
I
in
don't
a
know
gas
if we ever
station and
saved any
saw
of
'em-
those. Did you save those?
No, I scratched them. I was trying to see if I won anything because I thought it'd be hilarious if I could win like a grand,
Yeah, one-
on, like with
yeah,
something
one
with all of our
serious
faces
money.
on it.
Yeah.
I think the best I ever did was like $20 on one up in Tennessee. But if I stopped at a gas station, I walked in to see if there was a Duck Dynasty scratch off. So I mean, there were just weird little deals.
Oh,
in
we
there.
were at the bowling alley today, and there's still a game, a Duck Dynasty game at the bowling alley.
Really?
Yes.
Our bowling
in
alley?
Monroe. Mhm.
Oh man, Bayou Bowl.
Bayou
still-
Bowl still
still
got
throwing
the
it
game,
down.
the arcade game over there.
I'm not
Yeah.
allowed in Bayou Bowl, but that's a different story.
You get kicked out?
Yeah, so-
I'm
It's
gonna
a
have,
self-imposed ban.
I'm gonna have to watch this
Self-imposed
one because I've still got.
I think you're gonna have fun watching
No,
it.
because
I think you're gonna like
costume. It's just 'cause I always remember me when the lady made my Elvis costume that I wore at the
Oh, yeah.
racetrack.
at the NASCAR race.
If it's the
yeah.
costume I'm thinking of, this is a very different costume.
Uh-oh.
Well,
I've seen the boy. The boy's into costumes suddenly.
Yeah.
He's the new Uncle Si, Christian Hunt.
Well, no, because it does something to you if you try to get into the park.
Hey, Johnny D, you got a trip coming up, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Where y'all going?
Orlando.
And how are you getting there, though?
We're going to drive.
Oh, and that's more than a day from here, especially with 3 kids.
I'm thinking about, I've always wanted to rent an RV and travel all of America.
Yeah.
But I don't know how.
You don't know how?
I have no idea where to stop, where to go.
Well,
The only RV park I know is at the same exit that I live at.
we got something that can help you out, and that's our friends over at Harvest Host. This podcast is sponsored by Harvest Host. Do you rent or own an RV? With Harvest Host membership, you get unlimited, no-fee overnight RV stays at 9,500 locations across the United States and Canada. And all you got to do is simply sign up for $79 a year, book your favorite destinations, and enjoy unique RV stays all year long. So if you do want to see the country, like you got kids and you're like, man, I'd really like to show them this part of Oklahoma or whatever, but we can't fly to get there. Guess what? Jump in your RV and go, man. Have a good time. Make it an adventure. For some people, the adventure is everything, right? Forget parking your RV at a boring rest area. Harvest Host lets you stop overnight at amazing locations like wineries, orchards, museums, farms, golf courses, drive-in movie theaters, and more. Add adventure to your travels, all while discovering new destinations and supporting unique businesses across the country. And Harvest Host makes the trip planning easy. With their mapping tool, you can filter by attraction type, rig length, and more to show you all the host locations that are on your route and that fit your qualifications. All you got to do is pick your destinations and book. Most hosts confirm with you in 5 minutes, and with over 50,000 5-star reviews, you're sure to love the journey and the membership. Just $79 a year. You can finally sign up for service that doesn't break the bank. Look at
I typed in West Road going to Orlando. It gave me all these options.
Look, and you can adjust your route any which way you want to. And if you want to find out how, head to harvesthost.com and use the code
Duck.
for 20% off Harvest Host membership. Once again, that's harvesthost.com for 20% off, and make sure you use our promo code
Duck.
so that they know we sent you.
Willie has a section in his closet labeled like joke clothes.
Oh, yeah.
And the weirdest part is I've become that part. Like I was rearranging my closet the other day and I have this whole little section where there's literally like my Willie outfit of the sleeveless. And I'm like, I have a whole joke clothes section of my closet. I've turned into Willie some more.
Everyone should have that. We have a whole costume closet at our house. We definitely like the costumes. It's true.
But somehow them blue pants made it out of the joke clothes to the regular rotation.
Willie's.
That'll happen on Willie.
That's true. That's
Yeah.
true.
They'll get a good response. He's like, "No, I'm just gonna run them back every day."
One Sunday, I remember at church, I look over at Willie and I'm like, I noticed him wearing it. Obviously, we rode to church together, but I didn't look that closely. And I look over and I'm like, I think he's wearing a woman's shirt. And I was like, I'm pretty sure that's a woman's shirt. So I'm like, I investigated it more. And you know how it had the darts that came up and they ended right there. And so it looked like Willie had boobs. Because of and you know how women's shirt button opposite of men's and everything. And I was like, yep, that is definitely a woman's shirt. He had got it at some, whatever, Goodwill or something like that. And
knowing him, he bought it in an airport.
I was about to say in the middle of an airport.
He might have. It was like a silky woman's shirt that he's wearing.
Knowing him, he spilt whatever he was eating on him in the airport and had to go buy a new shirt.
He does do a lot of airport shopping.
He shops in the airport.
He
shops in the airport more than anybody I know.
He
It
does.
was half of what I got paid for was just carrying things he bought in the airport.
That is true.
He'd stop at first class. I'd be back there with 4 bags. I'm like, just move your stuff, lady. I'm back here.
Sorry,
by the bathroom.
I'm with that guy. But
I've tried to streamline his airport get up.
Oh no, it's
because he is carrying. I took a picture the other day. He's got 4 different types of cups, his Yeti cup, his coffee, his this, his tea, his that. Then he's got a backpack that weighs 100 pounds.
very heavy backpack.
And he's always carrying an extra plastic bag
because scarf to put a band on his head.
He's got a scarf. His travel.
I used to not bring anything. Just because I knew I was going to have to carry all his
all
stuff,
his.
too. He'd be like, didn't you wear those clothes yesterday? I was like, I'm fine. I washed them.
It's all good. I'm glad I
Good
traveled with
assistant.
him during the days where he just had a BlackBerry with Brick Breaker.
That's all he needed for years.
That's all.
true.
That's all
That's
he
true.
needed was that and some form of device to drink tea out of. That was it.
True.
And it didn't have to be a cup. Then most time it's
It's-
gas station Pure Leaf or whatever that
It
stuff
has
is.
expanded now.
Yeah.
And he's got a sack of rubber bands with him.
Yeah, he's a man.
Always has that.
I'd say you could say he's got trinkets. Maybe that's
Yeah.
he likes to carry with a
Well,
collection.
no. What's the little thing he takes hunting with him? He's got a little miniature.
Little Willie.
Yeah, well, that's something. It's a little miniature.
Little action figure.
Yeah, Little Willie.
He takes hunting with him?
Yeah, he's got
Oh, he
that old
takes it
Duck
up.
Dynasty.
Every time he shoots one, he said, "I told you I could hit him."
Yeah, he's got Little Willie. He's
didn't
got the
even
old
know
Duck
this.
Dynasty.
I did not even know this about him.
Yeah. Yeah, he's got the Little Willie that he keeps in his hunting bag. He generally sits it on the window of the stand.
Yeah,
and
and
just,
when he
He's
shoots it in, he
always
starts talking to him.
prepared. He's
I told you it
will
was
say
not
he's
too
always
far.
prepared.
I could kill him.
oh, man.
Well, he gets me because I make fun of him for just having too much stuff. But then when I want like a little piece of dark chocolate, he always has it. So he's always like, see,
See, that's why I got
See?
it.
He's
You never
Good to have
know.
around.
he
Yeah,
is. He
yeah,
is.
yeah.
He's
prepared.
got seasoning in that backpack.
Oh, yeah, he does. He's
There's
got
little
seasoning.
packets, individual packets of Tony's chasheries.
Yes, he does have that.
Oh my goodness.
Of course he does. Maybe that should be an episode. We ought to write that one up.
Taco Bell.
Willie's stuff.
Salsa, hot sauce.
We should just clean out Willie's backpack for an
No.
episode.
No,
Why
there's too many pockets.
Oh no!
What's in my
You'll let-
backpack?
you'll
I
let-
just want
we should
somebody
do a
else
what's
to.
in my backpack.
I just want somebody else to be known for packets of things other than me. Like,
Oh, he got way more than you, bro. That backpack, he'd tell me, back when I worked for me, hey, go get that out of my backpack. I'm like, which pocket? But he knows where everything is. He's like, there's like 3 pockets on the front. I'm like, what CIA agent backpack did you purchase that needed this many pockets? But he knows where it's at.
I'll give him that. Yeah, that's.
True.
I don't know. It's been fun. It'll be interesting to see what the fans think about it. But I think
Yeah.
this one has met a lot with the same one that Duck Dynasty was. If it can change one person's life,
Mhm.
then it was a success, regardless of what the ratings may say.
yeah.
Yeah.
If it gets you to come together with your family once a week and laugh and carry on, then
Yeah.
successful, right?
We were just talking about that with like our production crew today, and just like the point of it is to have fun, enjoy it, just find a little joy, laugh a little bit, and just that like humor and heart. That's what we're going for here, humor and heart. And I think that is what the first show did, brought people together, let people enjoy together as a family. We actually, Sadie showed one of the episodes to Honey, and Sadie said she was dying laughing and loved it. So I think kids are going to love this too. All ages are going to love it. There's a little bit more, I was going to say, because it's an hour episode. So you just get a little bit more,
Well,
kind of like
if-
more of the
no.
stories.
what you see is life, okay?
Yeah.
And it's you can have arguments, and discussions like you believe in this and the other person don't, and it's okay.
Right. Yeah.
It's okay.
Yeah.
You can still like each other, okay? Just
Mhm.
because you don't, he don't agree with what you're doing.
Mm-hmm. Right. Yeah. And can come back together and
Yeah, and then enjoy being
prayer around the dinner
each other.
table and enjoy
Yeah.
dinner together. And so that's what this is about. And
The Owen kids just discovered Duck Dynasty too, not long ago.
So does every kid in all their classes.
Yeah.
oh, really?
So-
Oh, if I show up, I'm a quasi celebrity, not because of anything I've ever done, because I know Si.
Yeah.
Oh,
There's this
nice.
kid named Henry. He came up here. He was like, you know, Si.
Oh yeah, old Hank for his birthday party.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
now I got to get Big Mac in here this summer. Big Mac was at my house the other day for Ben's birthday party, and he goes, Mr. John David. He goes, did you see Si today? And I was like, yes. He goes, oh my goodness. He's so excited. And he's like,
That's
you
so
know these
fun.
people? I was like, we can go throw stuff at Willie's house right now if you want to. I know the gate code, man.
But they're watching old episodes because Carter told me on Easter, I walked in church without a hat on. Carter looked at me and said, you look different. And I was like, I don't have a hat on. He's like, no, you don't have hair up there now. I was like, well, that's fair. That is a true
It has
assessment of.
been 15
yeah,
years.
that's
You know, it is kind of
Carter will tell you how it
interesting
is.
when you go back and watch. One, of course, our kids are like little, and now they're grown and have kids of their own. But also the aging that has happened to all of us
Oh
is
man,
interesting to see.
some of us have aged gracefully.
And our fashion choices back then, 15 years ago, are pretty funny.
I look way better than I did on Duck
My
Shows.
favorite is the hair and makeup of the early season. Like,
Oh my gosh! I know.
She's just in there
And it's
cutting
not
those
even-
vegetables.
My
So
my
much.
favorite part is it's not even Korie. It's what Kay when she had when she was big
the
perm there at the first
Oh, I
part.
know. Yes.
She was-
Well, I think early on it was like they, you're doing it for a TV show, you don't know. And
Yeah.
they want they're like, the guys are all like camoed out and all this. So they wanted the girls to be like really kind of over the top, like
The other way.
Everything.
the other way.
Yeah.
Yes. So it was like the hair extensions and the makeup and all that. Yeah. We kind of just let all that go this time around. It's definitely a little bit more au natural this time around.
But it is. I mean, it's just funny to watch the progression, even of TV.
Yeah.
Like, because even in the world of TV back then, that was the thing. Like,
Well, back then, if you were going to be on TV, you wanted to look your best. You were doing the makeup, the hair, everything. Now, I think because of social media, we're used to kind of like people just seeing us
as we
like
are,
normal.
as
Yeah.
humans,
as humans.
as
yes.
human beings,
Uh-huh.
sometimes we're
Yeah.
fixed up.
I remember
sometimes we're
thinking
not.
like, oh, wow, this is like HD television. Like I need the makeup and the hair. And now I look back and I'm like, oh, what was I doing? That was crazy. So funny.
I love it.
Some of that was when they show the scene, where y'all are in tuxedos and all this stupid stuff. It was hilarious.
I'll never
It really
forget
was.
when we did that.
Willie with his cane, the duck cane with the gold.
Yes.
Oh, that was practice. It was just things like that. You don't ever think about it.
No. But we had fun with it, and that's the thing. I'll never forget whenever they sent us that idea for us to be in the tuxes with the camo and those accents and all that, and I was like, I don't know if Phil's going to do this because Phil never worn a tux before.
Well,
Had you ever? You worn a tux before? What? But Phil had never put on a tux, and I was like, I don't know if he's going to do this. And I showed him the idea, and he just started laughing. He was like, "All right, never worn one before."
He would laugh because he's thinking, "Is you bunch of yippies."
Yeah, exactly. But he did it and had fun with it. And I think that's the main thing. And we're having fun this time around too. And, not taking ourselves too seriously. I feel like that's the Robertson family motto. Don't take yourself too seriously. Have fun in life.
We all make mistakes, and you've got to learn to laugh at yourself.
That's right.
Amen to
Well,
that.
if you don't, you're fixed to go insane.
Yeah.
Okay.
Life's not near
You
as
really are.
fun.
You're gonna have mental problems.
I actually smell pretty bad. It's hot in here some days, Martin. Give me that.
It is hot in here because it's almost
Hey, put some light
spring
on
is
there.
spring is just about done here in the South, and we're moving straight on to what we call summer.
I'm deodorizing right
That's
now.
right.
There you
You're
go.
right now.
Hey, and what are you deodorizing with?
Mando Invisible Cream Deodorant for pits, packages, and feet. If you're not watching, I'm just doing my pits.
You can use Mando on your whole body. Yes, your whole body.
Whole
all of it. Look,
All of it.
it was created by a doctor who saw firsthand how normal BO was being misdiagnosed and mistreated. It's clinically proven to control odor for 72 hours by stopping odor at its source. Look, they offer everything. They offer a solid deodorant stick. They offer creams. They offer body wash. They offer wipes. You name it.
They
got it.
Look, and all their products are baking soda and paraben free. And you can choose from a variety of fresh scents like bourbon leather, which is what this little orange bottle is here, Clover Woods, Mount Fuji, or Pro Sport.
I got to go to Mount Fuji sometime. It smells nice.
That soap smells good. There's no doubt about that. Look, Mando is clinically proven to control odor better than a shower with soap alone. 12 hours after a shower, this one always gets me. The average man's Grundle odor level was a 5 out of 10. But
you
with
can't
Mando,
be a 5 out of 10. Nobody likes a 5 out of 10.
I just want to know who set the scale. But with Mando, it's 0 out of 10. Want to try America's #1 whole body deodorant formula right now? You can find them in Walmart, Target, and other retailers across the country. But for the best deals, go to shopmando.com and use code
Duck.
There you go, man. I don't know what else to tell you
That's
other
it.
than
Hey.
I'm about to tell you about a bigger deal that they're offering, even than just that. Mando Starter Pack is perfect for new customers. It comes with a solid stick deodorant, cream tube deodorant, and 2 free products of your choice, like mini body wash and deodorant wipes, and free shipping. And as a special offer for our listeners, new customers get $5 off a starter pack with our exclusive code. That equates to over 40% off your starter pack. Use code
Duck.
at shopmando.com, shopmando.com.
Duck.
There. Please support our show and tell them we sent you. Smell fresher, stay drier, and boost your confidence from head to toe
And I'll tell you this because I love you. You stink. Get yourself some Mando.
with Mando. There's going to be a mild adjustment period for some of these kids that weren't involved with the show the first time. Once the comments come out,
Oh yeah,
and
I'm
it'll be
trying to
fine.
Prepare everybody for
Yeah.
that, because it is true. Like, I mean, I actually wrote about this on social media recently, just saying that, like, there's a lot of positive comments and we get a lot of encouragement and it's wonderful. But also, there's the other side. There's the hateful comments and
Oh,
all
yeah.
that kind of
And
stuff.
that's the one you remember when you lay your head down at night.
It's
Yeah.
so sad.
You can
That's
get
the-
10,000 people like your
And
photo,
say I love you.
love you, listen to you and not say anything. But then that one guy that says, you're a blah, blah, blah,
Right.
you're like, I hate that guy.
And
Well-
that's the thing that you remember.
Yep.
But, you got to put it in perspective and not let that bother you. So hopefully, everybody's going to love it. But for the few that don't love it,
That's
all
when
right,
I.
too.
But
That's all
that's
right,
when
too.
I fire back. There ain't no reason to keep on trucking.
Oh, gosh.
Hey! It's back, baby. It's back. Duck Dynasty is back.
Y'all scared me.
It's a revival. It's a revival.
He used to do that. We'd be on a plane that didn't have a bathroom for like 2 hours. And like, man, I got to pee. And that's when he'd pounce. Oh, my goodness.
He's been doing that to the
Pee
crew.
on yourself,
to
right?
some of the film crew too, and they're like uncomfortable with the touch.
I will say it has been fun too that you'll never see this part, but getting to know a new film crew.
Yeah,
Like,
it
because
has
we
been
do
fun.
take the times to get involved in their lives, like ask them questions about their family. A lot of them, Derek, our sound guy, who was
D-Rock.
he was here for most of Duck Dynasty,
Yeah.
not all. He was absent first couple of seasons probably, but
Mhm.
then he's been here with us, then Treasure, and then maybe even Jeff and Jessica
Think
when
he
they had their
did.
deal too.
Yeah, and at home with the
Oh,
Robertsons.
And at home.
Yeah.
So like Derek's been around. So we've got to watch Derek grow up,
Yeah.
get married. He's got 2
Have
kids
kids.
now and like bringing them around. So it's really fun on that aspect for us because otherwise there's no other circumstance where we would have ever met these people.
Yeah.
My favorite.
Period.
really cool.
End of story.
The-
Like,
The crew was talking to me about the minor league hockey team, the Monroe Moccasins. Have y'all ever been to a hockey game? They're like, yeah, the Kings. I said, of Los Angeles? And they're like, yeah. I said, here's your 5 tickets. Y'all go to this. It's
Yeah.
the same thing, I promise. And they came back and they're like, that was the wildest thing I've ever been a part of. I was like, minor league hockey. Welcome to Monroe.
I have not been yet, and I want to go so bad. And I met some of the moccasins the other day, and they were saying, one of the guys was saying he's been playing for 10 years, like all over the country, and he said this is his favorite place.
Oh, yeah. Oh, we're
So
these
Johnny
rednecks.
D, the Honey Hole's a sponsor. Anytime you need some tickets, your family, your cousins can
I
hook
need
you
to
up.
go.
They can
Well, the
help you
season's
out.
over.
Season's over, but it'll be
Next
back.
year.
It's
Back.
like forever long. How many
Next year.
games they play?
There's so many games.
That's what,
I
yeah.
had so many tickets.
I want to go next time.
You're in.
But it is fun with the crew, just getting to know new people.
That's
and
fun.
because like on this one, they seem to be split into 2 different crews all the time. And the ones that come to the office most of the time, they call themselves the B team, which
Yeah.
That's the
I'm
team I
proud-
like.
proud member of the B team,
Yeah,
right?
me
Because
too.
I only film here at this office for the most part. So like me and Annie and Tony and all that bunch, they're good people
They're awesome.
that you would have
Yeah.
never known
So true.
otherwise. Like, and that's what's
Mm-hmm.
really fun about it. And
Yep.
you get to make fun of them and they fire right back and it's a lot of fun. So it's yeah, man,
So
it's
much
a
fun.
different generation on their end too. Like this is a completely different crew than we've ever had before.
Well, and the thing about it,
And-
you don't realize the impact you have on people,
Mm-hmm.
but other people see it.
Yeah.
Because we have the sound guy. You got to understand, okay? Everybody's wearing mic. So the sound guy's listening to everybody. And one of the coolest thing about that guy is that he got baptized, okay, not because of what he heard, it's what he didn't hear.
Mm-hmm.
So he said, hey, you guys hadn't got a clue. He said, I'm a sound man. I hear it all. He said, so when I'm with my crew buddies and crew, it's filthy language, just every other word. He said, what is it with you people? Even when you stump your toe or hit your thumb with a hammer, y'all don't cuss or get out of line.
Korie did.
Yeah. Korie did that
I got
one time.
bleeped
They
that one
bleeped it.
time. Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Have I told you about Carter watching that?
No.
Oh, he was ready to boycott
Was he
everything.
So bothered because
he won't watch Home Alone. He watched it 10 times. Then he realized there's profanity in it, and it's his whole thing.
Oh wow.
We don't watch profanity, and I'm like, I don't know how to navigate this because I think he might be right, but I'm still gonna watch Home Alone. But then that beep happened, and I forgot about it, and I looked over, and he goes, Korie cussed, and I said, nope. He goes, what happened? I said, they bleeped her. She didn't say nothing. He goes, we need to fire that person.
Oh, no,
I said, I think Phil got him fired. So he goes, good.
Because see, they didn't know what Phil done after that. After he found out about that.
Yeah. Oh no,
That's when
he
Phil
let
went
him
off
have
on
it.
them.
He did. He let him have it. Yeah, he did.
He went off on them big time,
He
and he
did.
said, "Hey, and that was like the first
Carter's
time
very
that
team
we
Phil.
would say the prayer, and at first they was cutting out when he was saying Jesus' name." Well, somebody told Phil about that, and he said, "Hey, what's wrong with you people?"
Mm-hmm. Yep, they added it back in.
Yeah,
It's bad.
Then they
Great.
said,
Well, there is a prayer at the end of Duck Dynasty the Revival, and so that's been really special to get to do that as a family too. So yeah,
And
I
y'all
think
got
you'll
so many
see-
kids now. I miss out on all them free meals. Man, that used to be the highlight of the week. Like, what are we having for family dinner?
Yeah.
we'll invite you over for family dinner.
No,
coming
I'm
up.
good. No,
Well, here's the thing. It's like I think people are going to
Long
see a lot of the fun elements that they saw before. The duck call room, the prayer at the end, Uncle Si, of course. Uncle Si, that's the main question I get. Are you going to be on the show? So they get to see all that, all this fun stuff. But then you're also going to get to see the new and the grandkids and kind of bring you up to date on what's going on around here now.
I was
So.
getting education
yeah.
from the kid.
That's
and,
right.
and I love it.
Oh,
That's awesome.
good. That's been really special.
Well, Korie, thank you so much for coming on today. Johnny D, you got one. Surely there's a verse in there about a revival somewhere in there,
Do I
right?
have one? Maybe on speed dial? Have I Googled Bible versus revival while we've been sitting here? We'll never know. Maybe I pulled this one from my own readings. Psalm 85:6. Will you not revive us again, that your people may rejoice in you? No matter where you're at in life, you can have some sort of revival, whether it's a revival back to Duck Dynasty, which was awesome days, and we might revive that back and get it going, or you're just down in the dumps. Jesus is out there for you. You can rejoice in him, and you can have the revival in your own heart. So
Amen.
check us out on A&E.
And-
Are we really
Hey.
about to say that? I'm
A&E.
like,
Yeah.
well, that's
June 1st at 8 p.m. on A&E. Right?
There you go.
wild.